Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome back to the Toy Box. Today we are going to be opening the Target exclusive, which, because Mattel doesn't know what exclusive means, was also available temporarily on Mattel Creations. Barbie, the movie, I'm calling her the Jumpsuit doll. I don't know if she has a specific name. But this is based on one of the major scenes from the Barbie movie. Like I said, she is listed as a Target exclusive, which is where I pre-ordered her from. She was delayed a little bit by the storm that just came through in my area, but I have her now, and she's super cute. I can't wait to get her out of the box. Now, if I remember correctly, this is pretty much the exact same box that the Perfect Day Barbie that I have came in, with the background being the house. It says Barbie the movie here on the front. On the side, it's just pink with some Barbie images, and then on the back we have the picture of Margot Robbie herself, who plays Barbie in the new movie. It says greetings from Barbie Land, wishing you the best day ever. And then on the side we have the same Barbie icons, and then here is their barcode. Now, when I checked on Target, it says that the pre-orders are currently sold out. Check back on release date, but I don't know what release date is, and that was when I checked on September 1st. So I'm not sure when release date is, but there should be more coming. I've seen the Perfect Day Barbies come back in stock. I haven't seen any of the others really come back in stock, but I have seen Perfect Day Barbie and Beach Ken come back in stock. So the slim box, like non-collector's edition ones, seem to come in and out of stock. Now, even though these are $25, so these are, again, they're not the like special edition ones. They still come packaged really nicely as far as like keeping them in box. Because these are kind of aimed at more of an adult audience, because the movie itself was aimed at a bit more of an adult audience. So it has the plastic ties. You can see these, they're kind of almost like a zip tie in effect, where they kind of just tighten around the doll's foot or wherever they're placed. And I really like that they do this now in dolls that they anticipate being kind of left in the box, because they don't degrade or like a rubber band would over time. They're just plastic. Obviously, everything degrades over time, but rubber bands tend to dry rot, and, you know, then everything in the box is loose. But like this, in theory, should keep them for a good long time. If you want to keep them in box, you don't have to worry about them randomly becoming loose over time. And so this is something I've been noticing with most of the collector dolls, that they come with these ties. And also, she has short hair, but I've also noticed that a lot of the time with the long hair, rather than being rubber bands, they come like essentially sewn to the box. So they'll take like a thread around it and sew it on. And like, look how super easy it is to pull her out of the box with these, rather than the plastic ties that you have to cut. Unfortunately, they did attach the back of her head with those plastic ties that they always use. I hate it so much, because they always end up getting stuck in their head, or like, you know, like this, where I can't get it off, or you end up cutting their hair. There we go. And now we can take, oh, that's holding her sunglasses on, but that's fine, because I wanted to see her face anyway. I want to compare her to my Perfect Day Barbie, because there is potential that they, that someone was saying that they possibly changed the face on the second wave of Barbie dolls so that they look more like her. And honestly, they might have. I'll have to pull my other one over. But here's a closer look at the inside of the box without her standing in there. Again, you can kind of see the dream house behind her. And then these ones, so from what I understand, the Barbie dolls themselves actually licensed Margot Robbie, which is why she's on the back of the boxes and such. But like, for instance, like the Ken dolls did not get license the likeness of Ryan Gosling, so that's why they don't look as much like him. And like he's not on the box and stuff. So it's very interesting. It makes sense, because if you're gonna spend that kind of money, you're gonna do it on your you know, higher things that you're gonna get a better return on, especially because they made a lot more different Barbies. I mean, most of the Barbies that they made, I feel like there's a matching Ken. But for instance, on this one, this was a $25 Target exclusive. And what I would consider to be the matching Ken, which is the Casa House Ken, was a $75 like special collector's box one. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But anyway, so on our jumpsuit Barbie, which, mind you, I have this jumpsuit because I have the Spirit Halloween costume. So I have these sunglasses, I have this headband, and I have this jumpsuit in real life, except mine says Barbie across the back. But obviously in the movie, they don't have the big Barbie logos on the back. So it makes more sense for her to not have that. But so she has a headband that looks like it's tied around her head, but it's just elastic tier in the back. And then she has on the jumpsuit, which does have a button right here. So as opposed to being like Velcro or whatever, it is a button. And then it does not, okay, because it was a Perfect Day Barbie had on fabric underneath. Does not feel like this one has any fabric undergarments, but the jumpsuit should be able to come off no problem once you unsnap it. This here appears to be, it is sewn on. So it is sewn on here at the front. I don't want to untie it because it's not going to look as nice when I retie it, but it does not, I don't see any stitching in it, so you should be able to untie the front if you wanted to. Her sleeves are slightly cuffed, so they don't go all the way down to her wrists. They are folded over 2 or 3 times. So if you wanted them to go down to her wrists, you probably could unroll them. Again, I'm not going to, see, they are stitched on this side. But again, if you're careful enough, you probably could unstitch that and unroll them if you really wanted to. The collar up here is popped, so it goes up around her neck. And then it's an interesting material. It's kind of soft, but it's not like super soft. I'm not sure how to describe it. Other than that, it almost feels like sportswear material. Almost. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but that's the kind of best way I can describe it. And then for shoes, she has these white, like heeled gym shoes. They have no painted details, but they have a lift here in the back, and then they have spike, like, kind of buckle across the front, as well as some lacing details, and just some other small details around the rim. I don't think that those are supposed to be molded on socks. I think that's just the rim of the shoe, but they might be. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, pretty simple design. Not really much going on, but like there wasn't really much going on in the outfit in the movie either. So like this is a pretty accurate look, or pretty accurate like copy of what it looked like. I think because I want to do their face comparison, I didn't really mention her hair, but her hair is in this really cute like updo. It is like molded to her head, like it is rock solid, but that's the only way that this hairstyle is going to stay the way that it is. So I'm kind of glad that it is. Also, you can see that she has her like bangs tied back behind her head. That's what this is here. So this is the longer hair that makes up this like nice little face framing moment. See that? So they tied it back, and then I believe it's actually appears to be the same length as the other hair, so then they tied it up into the knot as well. And you can even see that the knot is basically like sewn in place. So that's kind of the thread that I was talking about that you would normally see in the box when their hair is long. Instead, they just kind of sewed her hair to her head, which I think is really cool, actually. I don't have any other Barbies that I have their hair sewn to their head, so that's really cool. I know that's a weird thing, but yeah. So also, as you can see, I took that plastic tie off, but if you just slide the frames underneath the headband, they stay on pretty well. There's some close-up look at the patchwork headband, And then her sunglasses do have semi see-through lenses, so you can still see her eyes through it, so that's really cool. And then she has her dark brown eyebrows, her very minimal eye makeup, just a little bit of like brown and black eyeliner, and then her bright blue eyes and her pale pink lips and her big grin. Mine does, you can't really see it on camera, but in person you can see mine has a bit of like hair glue on her face, which will come off pretty easily. You can see it, yeah. If I turn her, you can kind of see that little shiny spots. But otherwise her face looks pretty nice. I'm not seeing like crazy pixelation or anything, and her eyes don't look too shiny. Like I said, her eyebrows almost look too shiny. But like I said, I think some of that's just glue on her face, and some of that is the way that it's printed. It's kind of interesting. So there is the new jumpsuit Barbie, which, like I said, is $25. And then this is the other $25 Barbie, which was the Perfect Day Barbie that came with the first wave and is starting to come back into some stores. I am pretty bad with these kind of things, so I'm not entirely sure if they are any different. If you can tell the difference, please let me know. Because I know people were talking about them like fixing the face with these, but they look pretty similar. So I think they both look really good. I think that they look like honestly, when you try and copy people's faces into doll scale 1-to-1, it just doesn't work right. Like, we've seen it, it just doesn't work. So like, I think this is a pretty good representation of what she should look like in a doll scale. They did pretty good at, you know, adjusting the proportions to fit the correct size of her scale, because Barbies aren't, you know, a 1-to-1 scale for real life anyway. So, all right. She is on the jointed body. It's not the made to move body, but it is the one that has the jointing at the shoulders, the elbow, and the wrist, as well as at the knee, although apparently her knees are taped up, because I was like, why is it not bending? They apparently decided to tape her knees, but it should be the same knees as are on the Perfect Day Barbie, that are just the single hinge knees. So they are articulated, but they're not the like made to move articulation bodies. They're kind of the, there's actually like several layers of articulation in Barbie. Like, some articulated Barbies only have articulated arms, some only have like elbows but not the wrists, and like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know if there's like names for the different levels of articulation. I just know like, if the made to move is the one that has like the super crazy joints that can like bend every way. But yeah, there she is. Super glad to add her to my collection. I appreciate that she was, you know, another one of the $25 Barbies, because those are much more reasonable to be able to obtain. As far as price point, obviously they're quite hard to get your hands on right now, because everybody is going crazy for all Barbies right now. Which is really nice. It's always nice to, you know, see more people get into something that you like. But at the same time, it can make it a little bit more difficult for those of us that have been collecting to be able to get the dolls that we want. But like, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying like, it's just one of those like, essentially like a catch-22s. I think that, yeah, catch-22s where like, it's a good thing, because we're going to see like more dolls in the future that are going to be like adult and collector based, and kind of more things around that, just because it's more popular. So it will help us, but also at the same time, like, and again, I enjoy seeing people come in and enjoy things that I love. But it also makes it harder. I'm sure that, you know, we've seen it with the secondhand markets, depending on what's popular now, the secondhand will kind of like ebb and flow. So, yeah, I think that's enough ranting. Nice, short, little sweet video, since there's not much going on in the doll overall, but very, very accurate to the movie, very well designed, very pretty. and overall a nice new Barbie to add to my collection. So thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know which one of the new Barbie movies you have, or which ones you're getting, and which one's your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all so very soon in the next one. Bye.